we're going to put on trial the adulterer. We're going to have Celine Jurgen. Can you approach the bench and have a seat? You have been found guilty of the sin of adultery. How do you plead? How do you plead, sir?
Not guilty, ma'am.
Not guilty. Now, can you give us a background of what's been going on in your life?
Well,
Turn your music on.
to be more specific, Your Honor,
Were you messing around with a married woman?
technically, it's the way you look at it, really.
Okay. Does she have a husband?
Yeah, but she wasn't really happy with dude right now, so I kind of stepped in as a substitute.
Now, I'm going to let the prosecuting attorney ask you some questions and...
All right.
Go ahead, sir.
My first question is and let me just ask you this. When a man and a woman are married, they form a union. Now, adultery technically is to introduce an outside substance which would make something impure. Now, you say that you had a relationship with a married woman. All right. So, were you yourself married?
Separated.
Okay. So, having a relationship, sexual relationship with a woman who was not your wife, then was that woman being faithful to her husband?
Well, listen, man, I look at it.
No, Your Honor, please have him answer the question. Was that woman being faithful? Yes or no?
Well, no.
Yes or no? What did you say?
Well, no, not.
No. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No explanation needed.
I can't.
I'm asking the questions. So that woman was not being faithful to her husband. Now, if we take adultery a little bit further, what it actually means is that you're being unfaithful. She was being unfaithful to her husband. But now let's take it a little bit further. You as a man, whether you're married or unmarried, you were being unfaithful yourself. Did you realize that?
Depends on how you look at it.
Well, let's look at it like this. You're separated from your wife.
Yeah.
So let's just put her, let's just not even include her in the picture, because you know the system today allows you to have legal separation.
Can I ask a question?
No, I'm asking the questions. You just answer the questions that I pose to you.
Can you talk to me like this?
Yes, he can.
So now let me say this. The Bible, in the Ten Commandments, it says, "You shall not commit adultery." So what that means is that we are not supposed to be unfaithful towards our spouse, but to take it even further, what that means is we are not supposed to be unfaithful towards God. So you committing adultery with this married woman means not only that she was unfaithful with her husband, but you were unfaithful to God. You committed adultery, sir, by sleeping with a married woman, a woman who was not your wife. You admit that you were sleeping with this woman who was not your wife. Is that correct?
Yes, I do.
So now this relationship between this husband and this wife, now you stepping in, being the third party. Were you the third party?
I'm the only party.
You're the only part.
Yes.
So the husband is not in the picture at all?
As far as I'm concerned, no.
But the law says that he is still a part of the picture because he's still her husband. Are you aware of the law, sir?
I'm aware of the law.
Aware of the law, but yet you still made a choice to break the law.
Well, who made the choice for my wife to cheat on me?
For your wife to cheat on you? Your wife is not on trial, sir. You are the one that's on trial. So let's talk about you.
Order in the court. Order in the court. Defending attorney, do you have any questions?
I do, because obviously this whole case needs to be thrown out. It needs to be thrown out. Celine, let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Okay, first off, let's establish you did have relations with this woman, yes or no?
Yeah, I did.
There were times that you literally went over to her home.
Yeah.
You knocked on her door.
Uh-huh.
And she opened up the door.
Yeah.
And you asked her for something.
She asked me,
but there were some times that you asked her, yes or no?
No.
You never asked her. Okay.
Answer the question, sir. Don't shake your head.
I've asked.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now I want to deal with two things. The reason why this should be thrown out. Number one, the young lady who you were involved with. Yes, she was married, husband, whatever. She had a need, right?
Yes, she did.
And you supplied her every need. You did. Yes, you supplied her every need. Okay, now let's deal with what Jesus said. See, Jesus says you went over to her house, you knocked on the door, she opened up the door, and she asked you for something, and you gave it to her. And Matthew chapter 7, verse 7 and 8 says, "For everyone that asketh receiveth, and everyone that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh, the door shall be opened." I rest my case.
We're going to take that to the jury. But do you see how as Christians we can twist up that word to mean what we want it to mean? Because when Jesus said that, he was not talking about adultery. I'm going to ask the jury, is he innocent or is he guilty? Is he guilty? He's talking, is he guilty? I need somebody to throw him out.
I don't get a closing statement?
Yeah, your closing statement is you're going to hell. No remorse. You're going to hell. He's fighting for going to hell. See, what the jury doesn't know is if they're found guilty, you're sentencing them to hell. See, one of the things I want you to think about jewelry is if you see any remorse in them. If there's no remorse, you deal with them harshly. But if you see where there's some remorse and they're feeling a little bad about it, then you can have mercy on them and you can find them guilty by reason of insanity.